on the bench.
They do have suited up and ready to go the co-pitcher of the year in the Southeastern. Best batting average this year in SEC only regular season play.
Fun to watch.
And Half induces the pop-up. Third base.
Tennessee
Led the league in wins, fifth best in the country with her second 20-win season. Couple of hits in their win last night. They scored early and then another fly ball out to Hannah McEwen, one of the best.
But she'll work low and expand the zone with a curveball. So look for her to really continue to hammer that zone. But the question, well, Beth, the big question for me today is that
rolling with a fortuitous single down the third baseline that hit the base and ricocheted away from Trinity Cannon. 1-2, Half got her. And after in finals, they had some graduations. Grounder to Chelsea Segern, one down.
Home run, 56% of their runs are scored off of the home run. And you know what they do really well?
Down the line, foul.
Yeah, you always like to dissect the game, the scorecard, see what.
Decided they'd prefer a pitcher's duel today.
Well, Rogers can use the rise ball, but you know what? She'll also bring the curveball at your knees. Outstanding curve on the corner.
She's head-to-head here this evening with Ashley Rogers. Both sides have
hit it. I'm going to elevate it.
Segern lifts that one. It's slanting away from Torres, but she's got the speed. Sophomore from Sevierville, Tennessee. It's interesting when we talked to Karen American, local product. Slow roller to second, underhand. Anna Fox, speaking of said pop-up. That's McEwen, the half. Both could be All-Americans, probably should be All-Americans when those honors are handed out later. 5 years later, put a ring on it. LaValle, another strikeout victim. That's 5 already for Roger.
The ball comes off your fingertip, you get blood blisters or blisters. It can be extremely painful. And so
briefly, they have
and you have a tendency to just lay off of it.
She has struck out. At most, there will only be one Big Ten school. Michigan is the only one that has a chance, the regular season champ. Back-to-back walks. And that'll bump a runner in as you release.
Yeah, the bigger seams and stitches for sure. To go west in order to play ball. In my era, it was Midwest or Pac-12 and flat and made for a fast pitch.
We've come a long way. Grounded to short. Huffine stays down on it.
But the motto all year long for Arkansas, they've had
sweeps, their most ever. And 3 up and 3.
The way that Ashley Rogers continues to get underneath that pitch, and this one she painted on that rise ball.
That will get out of play, heads up. There's hardly any cleat marks out there. Nobody's been running around. Off the roof of the... Is there even a dirt on the base? I didn't see any. Infield pop-up. Rogers runs out of the way.
It's always the debate. Early in the...
Steve Gould behind the plate tonight. Ron Allen, Missouri, the 1 and 4 seeds. Hannon got. Let's get back to that lethal changeup.
Oh, Mary Half threw it. Enough to be able to make an adjustment, not just in the game. You use it. She threw Shipman 3 changeups in that at bat.
Legend.
So she's still a little bit full to lift.
Kaylin Hannon. Series in SEC play. Of course, got the big emotional.
Beth, it's all about the timing. So, you know, Shipman, we mentioned earlier, struggled at the beginning half.
In the lineup today, breaking news just before we started, she is out with an undisclosed Island native at short for the Missouri Tigers. Out 7 of 9 now in the batting order. 1-2 to Manzo. Base hit. Pulls it through the right side. Able to lay down a good sacrifice.
Absolutely.
And whether this hit the knob of the bat or whether the bat, was she swinging it and was it out over the plate? A hit by pitch.
Yeah, it almost, on that one look, it almost looks like it's a knob hit.
Yeah.
Goes out to Ashley.
Sam Torres has one of those walks in the third. On deck, she's got the best batting average in school history.
Give herself a little bit of room with McEwen coming up.
And just like the struck her out. Fly ball to shallow left center and coming all the way. This is an opportunity for West to try and bash at the bottom of the order. Grounded to short. Kiki's 0 for 2 to the left side both times. Fouls off the bunt. Called twice they've had a runner in scoring position. And twice Rogers had. And a gamble might be playable. Nope. Into
Or off-speed pitches or pick pitches. Give tips. Inside strikeout pitchers in this game. 12th game and second straight. Continues to have great rotation, tight spin. Struck out Gibson all 3 of her at-bats.
to third, fair ball, Sager, and 3. Shipman keeps that one fair and gone. Allie Shipman goes yard. 8th of the season. Alabama on this quarterfinal day at the SEC tournament. Winner is into the semis tomorrow. Still to come tonight. Second for Tennessee. Nice grab by Gibson. One down.
Trophy.
Yeah. Well, this is a brutal stretch. Selection show is Sunday night. We will unveil the field of 6 with the pro sports. Yeah. Allie Shipman, another good rip off the top of the wall. She's going to try for 2. It's going to be close.
Down and that bat head through the zone. Just great extension. And then
out at second with 2 outs for Ivy Davis. She was the hero last.
Mackenzie Herzog's bat. Same thing here with Shipman.
To short, Huffine has top of their order. Manzo does have the hit, the only one on the. Looking for the same here in the bottom. Our first glimpse at the pain returning here for Rogers.
And that is the reason why you practice small ball. You practice those bunts because this happens.
The pinch hitter will be Ryan Jackson.
Fouled straight back.
Whoa. Right back to Rogers.
Ours has been masterful. Allie Shipman driving a changeup out of.
How about the show that she put on out there? How special was this day to be able to play through the pain the way you did? The stunner, they upset Arkansas, they're moving on. And 3 of the 4 semifinalists are set. 1 more to go, the 3-seed Alabama, the 6-seed Kentucky. And good day of softball. I think we're going to have a Shipman show for you probably between games with Maddie and Allie. That's because that's Allie right there. Yes, indeed, round tripper, touch 'em all, youngster. On to the semifinals for Tennessee, and we'll be back shortly with Alabama and Kentucky. It's good.
Say, fire me up, Ashley Rogers. I mean, I want to go lace him up and play behind somebody like that just gets fired up. Such incredible movement on her pitches. But really, it's the emotion for me. It's how she comes off of the mound and she's fist pumping. She's getting her team fired up. And that's what it is. I mean, this is what softball and postseason is all about. It's just showing up in these big games and getting gutsy performances from these young, talented athletes.
And for her to still be able to get that type of spin on her rise balls, look at how she's coming underneath that ball, and we saw that her finger is taped up, so that is painful every single time, but the location of those rise balls right up and underneath the hands of those Razorbacks, they just weren't able to figure it out.
We talk about players stepping up and showing out for their team, certainly in the postseason. We saw Ashley Rogers in quite a bit of pain last night. It looked like she was in a little bit of pain before this game. Kayla, we talk about being a gamer. How much of a gamer is Ashley Rogers?
Oh man, she's a total gamer. She was ready to go. And despite the fact that we saw her, struggling a little bit in the bullpen, feeling a little bit of pain, despite all that, she goes out there and pitches an absolute gem against one of the best offenses in the entire country. And then in her post-game interview says, hey, if I get the ball tomorrow, heck yeah, I'm going. Absolutely, no hesitation.
That is what I love, that competitive fieriness that you're getting out of Ashley Rogers. We talked about some of our favorite moments of hers is when she just knows she has that strikeout and she starts walking off the field. We saw several of those tonight, but the fist pumps as well. It fires up the rest of her infield and her offense.
Speaking of fist pumps, we saw more fist pumps, not just from Ashley Rogers, but from Allie Shipman as well. Allie joins us here now on SEC Now, and I kind of feel weird introducing Allie rather than Maddie doing it, but Allie, take us through that pitch, that homer that you hit. What'd you see?
Well, I was just working on trying to be on time that pitch. I've been working on some new mechanical things, and so my time's been off this past couple week, and that one I was definitely on time for.
So, Allie, this is your first postseason experience. Of course, you were injured your freshman year, so you got to watch your team experience this. How is the postseason feeling so far?
It's amazing. Coming from last year, I really thought that I was going to have a postseason, and so this year it's way more sweeter for me, and I'm just taking everything and taking it all in and just excited to be here.
Allie, you have one of the best vantage points of Ashley Rogers. You can just sit right behind her and see her do her work. But outside of just her skill in the circle, what are the intangibles that you see from her that make it so fun for you to catch her?
Well, she's just a competitor. She wants to go out there and win every single day, no matter what she's doing. If it's a drill, if it's a game, no matter what. And so that's what kind of gives her the edge, is no matter what situation she's in, she's going to grind through.
Allie, I want to take you back to that at-bat because Mary Half had thrown you a changeup earlier in that at-bat. What was it in that two-strike adjustment that allowed you to hit that ball out of the park?
Well, seeing another changeup before, so I saw that one, I was like, all right, I think I could have hit that, but I didn't. And then two-strike came, and I was like, well, I definitely got to hit this one. So I got my foot down and stayed long through it.
All right, so for the ultimate question, who was the better changeup hitter, me or you?
Oh, come on, Maddie, that's me. And I hit more home runs, so.
Oh, throwing shade.
That was to be expected, I think, when you asked that one. Allie, before we let you go, I have to know, I'm sure you watch a lot of Maddie on TV breaking down the game, but do you have any advice for her as a TV analyst?
Well, I think she can do something different with her hair occasionally.
Oh.
The waves, maybe mix it up, throw it in a pony, straight, I don't know.
You're throwing me under the bus here. I wore something other than black for you today, too. I thought you'd appreciate that.
I am very proud of you for that, and I like that we've been working through your outfits together this whole week, so I'm proud of you.
Nothing better than the sister relationship. Allie, congratulations on a great game. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, go Vols.
Certainly exciting, especially for you to see your sister perform in such a big way. But for this Tennessee team, Maddie, this is a team that you said last night could have the potential to upset this Arkansas squad. What did you see that went right for this team today that needs to continue into tomorrow?
Well, they never gave up. And I think when you're going up against a pitcher like Mary Half, when she has the strikeout numbers that she has, it's really easy for an offense to get down on themselves and get really frustrated. But they just continued to make adjustments throughout the game, and it really just came down to that one timely hit that they needed. Before the game, Kayla, we said, hey, it was going to come down to one swing, one run with as good as these pitchers were in the circle, and that's exactly what happened.
You read my mind. Sometimes in these games, and sometimes in softball in general, you're like, okay, we got to sit back and let the game come to us. And then there's other times where you realize that your opportunities are going to be limited. So you get the best pitch possible and you go out and attack it. And that's what I loved about Allie Shipman and what she was able to do in the box with that changeup. You saw her back knee was down almost touching the ground. She stayed in her legs. She waited as long as humanly possible. And that is somebody that's going out and understanding that this isn't the best pitch that I'm going to get in this at bat, but it is a pitch that I'm going to do my absolute best to still crush and stay in my legs. And it's just a beautiful thing when somebody stays that athletic in the box.
I think one thing we talk about throughout the SEC and the best hitters that we see, it's their ability to make adjustments as the pitch is on its way to you. You could see she was a little bit fooled on that changeup. She got out on her front leg, but the key was keeping her hands back, able to drive all the way through that ball and lift it over the left field wall.
One more note on Ashley Rogers. When we were in this game, I said to you guys, oh my gosh, she's over 275 pitches over the last 24 hours. What is tomorrow going to look like for her? Is it just business as usual?
Well, let's start with tonight because she's going to need a lot of ice, a lot of care. She's spending a lot of time with the trainer, making sure that she's ready to go. And then tomorrow, it's a brand new day. You know, this is something that I don't think pitchers get enough credit for sometimes, is this point in the year, everybody's a little bit injured, everybody's a little bit tired. So whatever you have, you're going to give everything. And we saw that at Ashley Rogers today, and you're going to see it again tomorrow no matter what.
Well, and the adjustments that she made from last night to today, I guarantee you there was a couple of extra miles per hour on her pitches today. The spin looked a little bit tighter. So for me, it was her being able to adjust, knowing she was going to have to fight through that back pain, fight through that pain in her finger, and she seemed to figure it out today.
We've got one more game getting ready to go down here on this Thursday.